All right. Testing one, two, three. Okay, people. Now, normally I would wait to do one of these reviews, but I have decided you can't turn your phone while live. Rotate your device. Okay. Well, that's fine. Yeah. So basically, I am here. I am talking about what just happened on The Bachelor. Cassie and Colton. Man, phew, I never seen such a long fantasy suite in my life. Just the suspense, just the how it was dragged out, how Cassie's confused, then Colton confessing that she's the one and I love you, and she's like, I'm not there yet. I just can't believe it, people. I cannot believe it. That's why anybody that joins in, I want to talk to you about it. Okay. Forget about my notes, forget about the reviews on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. See, my name is Brent Baum, and I'm not only your favorite Couturian, I'm the only Couturian. I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. And that's right. I'm shocked. I really am. I did think that going back from the last episode that Cassie really was not getting there with Colton. The fact that she needed her family's approval before she could even say, I love you, or I'm in love with you, or I'm falling in love with you. To me, that was problematic. It was problematic from the get go. It really was. So, like I said, people, I'm waiting on you guys. I really am. I'm waiting on somebody, just somebody, to come into the broadcast and talk about what just went down. What just went down before I can get into any of my notes, because I just still can't believe what just happened with Cassie and Colton. That's what everybody's talking about. It got to the point where Colton said, I'm done with this. I'm moving on. I'm done. Then Chris Harrison had to come out in his street clothes, not Chris Harrison in a suit and a pocket square and a lapel pin. No, Chris Harrison came out in street clothes saying, "Oh, he just hopped the fence." And Colton, I think that because he confessed that Cassie was the one, and then she broke up with him, that was it for him. It was fait accompli. His decision was made that it's time to move on from the Bachelor journey, and I am done. So I really feel bad for other girls, such as the remaining of Tasha and Hannah, because if he already said that Cassie is the one, that Cassie is the one he's in love with, the fact that he confessed this, he didn't even wait. He could have at least waited to the last episode, to the final rose to confess that. But no, he had to confess it. He had to confess it. He had to confess it before, like, he even got to the fantasy suite. Now, I get it. That's where his heart's at. That's where he's at. But at the same time, Colin, you gotta be a little bit more selective with this. And the thing, what I don't understand is, and I agree with Cassie on this. Cassie should have absolutely, yes. Hey, Quinn, thanks for joining us. I know that it's not sports content at all. I'm working on that. I know I'm doing the Bachelor stuff for fun. I will get to the sports signings. I will get to Bryce Harper. I will talk about the Phillies at some point. I will talk about the Sixers and their run. I will talk about the Philadelphia sports in general as a whole. I will. Absolutely. I will be on that. I'm just trying to gradually get my way back into doing uh, sports reviews, just commentary in general. But Bachelor was on today. So, anyways, Quinn, thanks for stopping by. I know you're going now. Anyways, people. Anyways, YouTube. So basically, um, where was I at? Okay, before I got interrupted. Okay, so I think it was problematic for Colton to not tell Cassie right after the hometown date. Her father did not give him his blessing to get down on one knee, to take that trip to Neil Lane, to get that customized ring, and propose to his daughter. That was problematic. Cassie has mentioned before, I believe, to Colton how important it was for her to get her parents and her family's blessing as a whole. And Colton just said, whatever. Now, I get where Colton's coming from. I really do. I understand where Colton's coming from. This idea that he doesn't really change his feelings based off what based off what Cassie's father says, whether it's blessing or not blessing, Whether he approves or he doesn't approve it doesn't matter to Colton. His feelings are still the same for Cassie, and that's good. But at the same time, you gotta have full disclosure. If you're really in love with someone, you gotta be fully disclose it. And honestly, what Colton should have done is if if Cassie's dad was having such trepidation about it and didn't really believe in it, Colton should have said, "Your daughter is the one," right there and then on the season, on hometowns, in front of them. He should have said, "She is the one," even though I know there really wouldn't be much of an episode or much of a show anymore. But at the same time, it doesn't matter. You have to get to the point where if that's where your heart's at, you got to take a risk. You got to break the rules. You got to break the Bachelor rules. Sometimes that's what you got to do. So anyways, like I said, I know there's not really much of a following right now, and maybe it was a mistake for me to come on, but at the same time, I hope that someone just drops by and tell me what you think. Really do, because to me, I haven't seen a Bachelor fantasy suite happen to this degree, last this long. We didn't even get to Hannah's fantasy suite date. We didn't even get there. We might not even get there. Like, as far as I'm concerned, Colton hopped the fence and he's gone. He left. He's done with Bachelor. He's done with the whole process. He's done with the journey. He's done with Chris Harrison. He's done with the producers. He is absolutely done. So one thing I do think, though, also is that Matt, who's Cassie's father, brought up some very convincing points, some very great points. He brought up the fact that when Cassie was there, he brought this up with Cassie, that when you came home, I didn't get this idea from you that this is your soulmate. You didn't come to the house and say, "Oh, this is my soulmate. He's the one. I'm in love." There was some hesitation there. Now, if you would have said that, we would have been having a different conversation. But he said with Cassie's mother, who's his wife, when Matt and Cassie's mom first met, that he was not looking for a relationship, but then he just got to this level where he could not go on in life without being with her. And I think that conversation that Cassie had with her father, that was icing on the cake. That was a cherry on the top. That was what set this whole thing over. Pack your belongings, pack your purses, pack your bags, pack your plane tickets, pack your roses. It's time to go home. Let's go home. Let's go home. That's what that moment was. That was a let's go home moment. Okay. And I do also think that, and I get the whole psychology behind it. Believe me, people, I get the psychology behind it. That a lot of women, when there are a lot of women out there who, when they're looking for their ideal mate, the ideal male, they want someone who resembles their father. Okay, there's psychology studies that support that. So with that in mind, women who have that type of idea, they also are going to need a prerequisite from their own father approving this guy. And if he does not, doesn't matter how much they may love the person or fall in love with the person, it's just not going to work out, because the father has ultimate say. And in the daughter's heart, that's where it comes down to. And clearly, Cassie, once she heard that from her father, I mean, the father actually took the trip out to Portugal. Bachelor Nation, the Bachelor producers flew him out to Portugal to have the conversation with his daughter. That's not a walk down the block. Okay, that's not a quick bike ride. That's not even a bus ride. That's not even a Greyhound ride. No, that is a plane ride across the country to another country. And the fact that he actually did that Matt, her father, Cassie's father, actually did that, just shows you how important it was for him to deliver the message to Cassie, so that she not make a decision she ends up regretting. And her father's absolutely right. She's only 23. 23. She's still in the year of Michael Jordan. Okay. She's still in the prime of her dating life. She's just getting started. And it's not something that needs to be rushed, especially if you don't really feel it. And the thing is, all right, I really do believe this. If Cassie would have just simply, I mean, if Colton would have simply just told Cassie that her father did not give him his blessing, then this would have been a whole different fantasy suite situation. It's not Caitlin who would have been sent home. It would have been Cassie. She would have been sent home. She would have been packing her bags. It would have been over for her. And ultimately, I think that's what she wanted even then. But that's not what Cohen went with because that's where his heart's at. And at the end of this, if Cassie is still the one, then there is no point. There's no point in having a show. There's no point in having a rose ceremony. There's no point in taking a trip to Neil Lane or Jared or wherever Cohen wants to get that ring. We all know it's gonna be Neil Lane. There's no point in it. There's absolutely no point. It's just time for him to move on and maybe try and rekindle things after this show. And maybe he already has. I don't know. But what I do know is that there's no point in just settling for someone that's not his number one option, someone that he just thinks is a safe option, or this idea, this whole idea that you have to get engaged at the end of the Bachelor show. All right. It doesn't have to happen. It does not have to happen. I give Colton a lot of props for telling that to Cassie, that he is willing to wait. And at the end of this, if she does not want to be proposed to, he's cool with it. And I agree with him. I absolutely agree with him. It's about time that someone broke that proverbial Bachelor fourth wall and just kept it real. And then just follow the Bachelor rules or the Bachelor codes, or something that, or the fact that he wasn't afraid to break a Bachelor, I guess, faux pas. So ultimately, I I also think that with Cassie, the thing with Cassie is that she she always had that physical chemistry with Colin. She always did. But she did not have that love, I'm in love with you type of chemistry. It was more lust. And she does care about Colton. I know there's people out there who say, "Oh, Cassie doesn't really care. She just wanted to keep go on vacation in Portugal and drinking on, sipping on the wine and fancy dinners and fancy vacation." But that's not, to me, that's not how Cassie is built. She genuinely does care about him. If she just wanted to just keep on going on vacation or go to the fantasy suite, then she would have just said flat out on after their hometowns, "Oh, I'm falling in love with you," but she did not get there. She did not say that. And the thing is, what I thought was crazy, I shouldn't say it was crazy, but it was crazy. It was cray cray that Cassie, she was pissed when Cole did not tell her about the fact that her father did not give the blessing. That just changed the whole thing. She just flipped the script abruptly on him. And her whole mood, her whole tune, all the gleefulness and joy and happiness and chock full of euphoria, it just vanished. Just like that. It was gone. Absolutely gone. And it for me, I'm with Colton that, okay, sure, I'm gonna, whoever I'm spending the rest of my life with, I would love to have their parents' blessing. It's just like I would love to have my own parents' blessing. But if they don't give it to me and I'm in love with someone, that's their problem, ultimately. Because I asked them, the fact that I asked for their blessing and they couldn't give it to me, that's enough. I'm not gonna get down my hands and knees and beg for it. All right. I'm not gonna grovel for it. I believe that if you're in love with someone, that's it. That's where you go with. And I think one thing that really taught me about Colton, the one thing that really told me about Colton is when he kept on saying to Cassie, this is the one thing that taught me about Colton, the fact that he's not really ready to even get engaged or get married at the end of this journey, is when he told Cassie that she completes me. I mean, this is not Jerry Maguire, brother. This is not Jerry Maguire. There's no Quan. There's no uh, Cuban Gooding Jr. There's no Tom Cruise. Okay. There's no Renee Zellweger. This is not a movie. All right, I get it. It's reality TV. Bits and pieces are edited to make it scripted, but this is real life. Okay, say it with me. This is real life. Okay, I'm gonna say each camera. This is real life. It is not a case of now. I'm curious. Who's in the chat right now on YouTube? I want to hear your opinion. All right. I'm glad there's at least one person listening right now. So I would love to hear what you think. I'm just recapping uh, Bachelor, Fantasy Suites, mostly focus on Cassie and Colton and just how abruptly they broke up and how it was a pretty sad breakup. I never seen anything to this degree happen on The Bachelor. I just have not seen it. It's really shocking to me. It's a real conundrum because to me, I think Cassie still cares about him, but she loves him. That's the thing. She's not in love. She just loves him almost as if she just loves him as a friend. But they have a lot of chemistry, a lot of physical chemistry, which tells me that it's gotta be more than that. And Colton knows that, and I feel for Colton because here's another scenario where Colton falls in love with someone who doesn't love him the same way that he loves them. However, Colton has been the other one doing the breaking up with Tia, where here's a girl who loves him more than he loves her. Well, doesn't even love her. So it's a little bit of a little deja vu going on. But like I said, I will be chatting, I will be typing in my YouTube chat. And I just want people. Oh, I got someone on Facebook. Facebook eyes. There you go. Well, whoever's on Facebook watching my video, I'm talking about Cassie and Colton, which just went down. If you watch The Bachelor, there you go. A person left. Oh, this is John Alexander. See, John, like I said, it's funny. Like a lot of people that join this broadcast, a lot of people. Hey, Courtney, on Instagram, a lot of people that join this broadcast, always the sports guys. I know, I understand. I need to put sports content up there, and I will do that, John. I will be talking about the Phillies. I will be talking about Bryce Harper. I will be talking about the fact that I wish he would have went with a different number besides 3. I get Babe Ruth wears number 3, but he should have picked a different number. 34 is an awesome number. All right. I know he was trying to respect Doc Holliday, but he should have stuck with 34. I think would have been more of an honor to Doc Holliday if he would have went for 34. I mean, that's Mickey Mantle's number, 34. That's a classic number. That's just a cool number. Single digit numbers I'm not really a big fan of. But anyways, John, if you want to talk about the Phillies, I'm here. And Courtney, thanks for watching the video. I'm not sure if you watched The Bachelor at all. I've been watching The Bachelor, I think, since like maybe 2014. Start watching it. That's like one of my guilty pleasures of reality TV. I enjoy it as much as I enjoy sports. I do enjoy some reality TV, and I just got hooked onto it. So yeah, I'm not sure if you watch it. Do you watch The Bachelor at all? And a lot of people don't, but at the same time, a lot of people do watch it. So, anyways, I got 3 people. 3 people are actually watching this. All right, people on Instagram, on YouTube. See, people on YouTube, you need to realize I'm basically doing a broadcast on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So I mostly got on YouTube to do a recap on Cassie and Colton and how much suspense it was. I've never seen such a suspenseful Bachelor ever in my life. The whole fantasy suite. I mean, fantasy suite. It's not supposed to be this long. I mean, yeah, it's supposed to happen overnight, but talk about the night. That much camera time, that much time outside is not supposed to be happening. It's just not supposed to be happening. It just was way, way too long. And that's the thing about it, really upsets me. And then oh yeah, well, John, like I said, it's one of those things, John, where you'll have to watch a show to get what I'm talking about. That's the thing. And it's not for everybody. I feel like if you like some reality TV and some drama, it's pretty entertaining. But at the same time, there's people out there who just don't get it. They think it's a silly concept, it's fake, you name it. But to me, I watch it for entertainment purposes. I enjoy it. I think it's fun. But yeah, no, if you have any comments, John, about the Phillies, I'm down to talk about that too. But yeah, I didn't think so, Courtney. I didn't think you watched The Bachelor. I really did not. But I'm gonna keep talking about The Bachelor because I got a little bit of an audience on YouTube, which kind of is shocking. Got 3 people. But oh yeah, and of course, yes, I know Radnar. Well, Radnar just I know he popped out because he makes fun of me for watching The Bachelor, but I like The Bachelor, Radnar. So I'm okay with that. I know at the high school reunion, you and Eugene were making fun of me, but I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that, bro. I'm cool with that. It's one of my guilty pleasures. We all got our guilty pleasures. We all do. But anyways, back to The Bachelor. So anybody on YouTube, people that are actually watching, what are your thoughts? If you are actually watching, if you actually did watch tonight's episode, what are your thoughts? Are you on Team Cassie or Team Colton? Did Colton make a mistake by picking Cassie when he kind of knew that Cassie was not that into him? Or was Cassie at fault for staying on the show, for not taking herself home, by not asking Colton to walk her out during hometowns when she already knew that she was not in love? It's just basically the thing to me is I just don't understand why Cassie decided that after all this, the smoke is cleared, that now all of a sudden she's just so confused and she just doesn't know, and she doesn't know she's in love with him. And it's like, okay? You know what you signed up for. This is a 6-week journey. That's it. It's not 6 months journey. You have 6 weeks to fall in love. That's how the Bachelor concept works. It's been going on for 23 seasons. Okay. So people know. It's been going on since 2001, I believe. All right. I was still like 10. I was like 10 around that time. I was still like in elementary school. So the thing is, people know. People know how the show works. They know how it operates. So it's not as if people who sign up for the show, they should already have an idea of what they're getting themselves into. They really do. So uh, with Cassie, with Cassie, it just wasn't fair. It just wasn't fair how she just in a very cold way just broke up with Colton. Sure, she said that she feels bad about it and that she's really sorry and that. But the thing, I think one of the coldest lines was at the end when she said to Colton, I want you to find someone who's insanely in love with you. Say that again. I want you to find someone who's insanely in love with you. I was like, what? And right after that dialogue, Colton said, well, that just breaks my heart. Because yeah, she's insanely and she's not insanely in love with Colton the way that Colton's insanely in love with her. That's heartbreaking. Can you imagine that being in that position and have it all take place in front of millions of viewers and at home watching the show on ABC in their living rooms, in their bedrooms, just watching this breakup. And sure, it's reality TV, but those tears are real. They're not that good at actors. They're not even actors, man. They're contestants on a show about love. But anyways, like I said, I get this an attempt. I got 0 people watching it. I get this attempt. I thought maybe people would want to watch it or hear what I have to say about this. But obviously that's not quite the case. So like I said, tomorrow, people, I will be doing more of a review of The Bachelor. Yo, what's up, Ray? Like I said, Ray, I was just telling, well, we had John Alexander. I'm not sure you remember him. I guess that's what people always do. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. So you still like, yeah, basically, we had John Alexander. Well, I guess he left. Anyways, like I said, that's what people do. Whenever they go on Facebook Live, I want to see what they're doing. And then the broadcaster sees someone and then they leave. I'm okay with that. But basically, I will be doing more of a review tomorrow because I think that I try to do this in impromptu fashion just to see if there was any instant reactions to what just happened, to just what just went down. But clearly, that's not the case. I think a lot of people are either sleeping or doing whatever. I don't know. But I just think that maybe it'd probably be more apropos if I do more of a review tomorrow And like I said, it's gonna be a 2-night event. It's basically Monday and Tuesday, double dipping on the Bachelor. The women tell alls tomorrow. That's probably my favorite. Whether it's the men tell all, the women tell all, it's gonna get feisty and radical, and the claws are coming out now. Now they don't really allow fighting, but it's gonna get pretty intense. It's gonna get pretty intense, and I'm looking forward to it. I love the women tell all. I think it's just hilarious how they go all catty and go back at forth at it, especially after they've all watched the season. So I'm sure there's a lot of build up, frustration, things that they want to divulge and get off their chests that they've been just dying to get it off after 4 months of watching the season. And now they can finally get it off their chest on a live show. So that's pretty cool. But like I said, I got 3 people back. 3 people back. Like I said, people, I'm telling you guys. Leave your comments. Tell me what you think. I'm talking about Cassie and Colton, Bachelor, a Bachelor fantasy suite or a fantasy suite that did not happen. That's what I'm talking about. Are you Team Cassie? Are you Team Colton? Who do you side with? Was Cassie at fault for not breaking up with Colton earlier? And was Colton just completely oblivious to the idea that Cassie just looked at it as more so a lust and physical chemistry type of relationship? So, what do you think? Like I said, what do you think? 2 people, but like I said, I will be doing this recap also tomorrow. I will probably will be talking more so about Tasha's fantasy suite, and not really much happened there. I didn't think much going to happen there because I don't really think that Colin's really in love with Tasha the way he has feelings for Hannah, G, and Cassie. Well, obviously he already confessed that Cassie was the one. It's pretty premature, but that's how it is. So Tasha, I'm surprised Tasha even got this far. I really, really am. I think Tasha is good for Colton because she's a strong, dominant woman, someone who's confident, knows what she wants in life. She's educated. She's very intelligent. She's a well, she's not really a daredevil, but she's willing to get out of her comfort zone for Colton. They're both afraid of heights, so she was willing to do those things. So that's why I think that they work very well together. They really do. But I'm curious. The person, like I said, I know we got a lot of lurkers out there. I know we got some lurkers out there on Instagram. I see you lurking. Whoever's lurking on Instagram, just tell me, say something. I know someone's watching. Someone's watching, and I know Facebook. I got nobody watching on Facebook right now. And I got 2 people on YouTube. So the people on YouTube, someone just say something in the chat. Say something. If you like the show, you don't, or if you're more looking forward to my sports content, you let me know because I'm ultimately here for you guys. That's what I'm here for. Sure, I like to voice my opinion on the show or sports, but I'm here to talk with you guys. That's what I'm here for. So yeah, I guess that's basically it. So people that joined in, I was here for about 28 minutes. Thank you for joining me. I enjoyed talking about the Cassie and Colton fiasco and the drama, and it was pretty suspenseful. And I'm just curious to see if they ever Chris Harrison and the rest of the producers actually ever find Colton because the man, he just vanished. He was out. He hopped that fence. He was gone. I mean, he's about 6'5", but still, the way he just hopped over that fence, he was gone, man. So, anyways, thanks for joining me. I always love going on here, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I like doing this stuff. So, anyways, remember, I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. I rest my case.